because before pandemic, I used to run and I am trying to back now. It's hard, but it's good.
That's so nice. Welcome aboard. And you, Antonio, please introduce yourself.
Hello, and could you listen me? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm Antonio. I am from Maranhão, but now I'm living in Piauí. I am 25 years old, and I am a chemistry teacher.
That's so nice. Welcome aboard again. And you, Jairo. I remember your name in Spanish, Jairo.
Jairo. Yep. So my name is Jairo. I'm living here in São Paulo. I've been learning English here in Talk and Talk since like 2 years ago, I think. But I enjoy a few meetings, then I have a few other things to do, then I come back, enjoy. So it's always a pleasure to be here. That's it.
That's so nice. Welcome aboard. A long time I don't see you. And the last one, Marcio. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So please introduce yourself.
All right. So I am 49 years old, married. I have a children. I was born in Northeast, but I live in São José dos Campos, small city of São Paulo. I am logistic professional, more specifically greenhouse manager. I am studying enterprise resource planning. That's it. Thank you for listening, guys, and your time.
That's so nice. Welcome aboard again, Márcio. So I will introduce myself. As you know, my name is Tamara. I'm living in Arara, São Paulo. I am 35 years old. I'm inside sales and customer support nowadays. And let me see. I commit a gaffe, I guess, almost every day when I try talking English, but it's okay. And let me see. I like watching series and movies. About me, I think that's it, guys. So I will start with you, Antonio. Can read for us the number one and please answer two.
Okay. Have you ever made a funny or embarrassing mistake while you learn a new language? Probably, yeah. But right now, I don't remember a specific situation when I make an embarrassing mistake. But funny situations, a lot. Uh, I remember when I started to speak in English, I was in a website called Free for Talk, I think, and I was in a chat to talk with other person by just the microphone. And I remember that the person spoken just in English and would like to understand a text in Spanish because the person would like to learn Spanish. I had um I can speak in Spanish, and it was so funny. I try explain the words in Spanish to the person in English because my vocabulary in English was so limited. So I try to use different analogy uh, or tell a long story to 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 explain a mean of the word was when I finished the conversation I think, oh Jesus, Oh, I don't know if the person understand what I would talk, but I try. I try. Okay, just it that I remember. The important is try.
Yes, all the time when I try to present myself in a Spanish immersion, of course, the I speak in English. It's happy. And for you, Milene?
I have an embarrassed mistake. I confuse awful with awesome, and it was in a class. A woman show your artesanato. She was doing artesanato, and I want to say awesome, but I said awful. It's very awful. Awful. It's horrible. I confuse with awesome, and I didn't know how my mistake. I understand a time after this situation, but I think she understand me, understood.
I remember too, the first time that I said the wrong word. I would be try to speak credit card, money, and debit card. I don't know. And I don't know, in the same time when I help mom, um, the mama on the guy in ice cream shopping, I said for her, "Oh, do you have a cartoon?" Unfortunately, it's happy. And the last time when I stay at the Buenos Aires, um, one guy in Spanish said me, "Oh, gracias, gracias." And I, imagina, 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 tipo, imagina. My husband, I lost. It is okay. And for you, Jairo.
Well, I don't remember a specific moment or a word that I just use in a wrong way, but I'm pretty sure that that usually I do it, but people they don't tell me. I always have this feeling, as Antonio said, this sensation that Jesus help me because no one is understanding me, and I'm talking, and it seems that they are not understanding what you are trying to say. So sometimes I'm speaking with a few persons, for example, in my work, and they start to do things like this, like. Mhm. And when I finish with a question, it's in my mind it's clearly a question, like so, and I'm waiting for something enough not to come up, like uh, I realize, all right, they don't understand what I'm trying to say. They don't even understand my question. So I probably need help or support of Google Translate or something. But every non native speaker, have this kind of problems. We think that people that are native speakers of some specific language understand us very well, but the reality is very difficult to them understand because they have their own, let's say, way to talk. It's like uh, what is the name of accent? Sometimes even our accent is difficult to understand when we are not a native speaker of a specific language. So yeah, is that I don't remember a specific phrase word, but I remember a lot of time that I passed through this kind of feelings and experience that I make a question and no one answered because they didn't understand what I said.
It's happy, unfortunately. And for you, Marcio?
Yeah, I have every day, because of my English. Uh, yeah, my English, I think it's, I don't know. But yesterday, my friend talked me about, Marcio, do, do you know track food? I don't know. Oh my God. Do you speak English? Do you learn English? But do you don't know truck food truck? I don't know. Uh, yeah, because this I think he embarrassed my English and funny. Every day I made it and my English speak.
And you search, Marcio, after that, what it means food truck? Oh no.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
all the time.
Everyone knows. I know now that food truck is this food that every driver truck likes to eat, right?
Exactly that. I think that. And now, guys, I guess number two. Melanie, can you read it for us, please?
How to handle it when you misunderstand someone while try to speak in another language? I don't know if I understand this question. I don't know if I am trying to speak or the other person. Um,
When you can understand what the other person said.
okay. Sometimes I try to ask for them repeat, or I pretend that I understand. Because I think sometimes it's embarrassing all the time. Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry, so I go ahead. um, because sometimes I think the person need to talk and only talk. So I think it's important because I know sometimes I am talking and the other don't understand me. It's okay.
Move on, no?
Yes.
And for you, Antonio.
So in this case, I normally ask to the person to repeat or explain the question. No, but when I start to learn English, normally I say, sorry, my English is so bad. I don't understand you. Sorry. But now, no, I don't understand you. Could you repeat, please? Slowly? Slowly? Normally I ask the person because when we ask to the person to repeat, normally repeating the same I don't know, velocity? No. Yeah, exactly. And s- for the reason I ask is speak slowly, slowly. Or explain what you like to know because it is difficult. It is difficult. Normally, uh, mainly if the person uses the uh, I forgot expressions, different expressions.
Yes, I have the same feelings, like you said, and I try. For example, I just talk for the other person. I can understand what you said.
Uh,
I guess.
I remember situation they then talking. I think that's
Tell
the
me.
second time. I just understand the question, the chat. I didn't understand what the person say, but one person asked me a question. I don't remember exactly, and I say, so I don't understand. The person explain. sorry, I don't understand. The person repeat, sorry, I understand. And the host try to explain, but I don't understand nothing. So sorry, sorry. I think the second time or the first, I don't remember, but I remember the situation.
The first time when I introduced myself here on TNT with Felipe, I can speak my wrong age. Oh my gosh, a lot of gaffes. And for you, Jairo?
Uh, yeah, for me, usually I do the what Anton said. I always say, can you repeat because I didn't understand what you were saying or what are you trying to explain to me? Uh, I know it's uncomfortable sometimes interrupt the conversation to say, I don't understand what you're talking about. So repeat again or try to. It's difficult, but at the same time, of course, it depends of the situation, but most of the time, I think people understand that you are not a native speaker, let's say in English, and they are open. I think most of the people, when you are talking in another language, they are open to try to explain what is happening because they see that you are you are not a native speaker, so you need a time to understand better the situation. And sometimes even for the native speakers, it depends of the content of the conversation, but even for native speakers, they have their own challenges to understand what is happening in the conversation. So the same for us as non-native speakers. So I think for me, I always do the same thing. So sorry, but I didn't understand. Can you repeat again? And that's it, because I need their open mind to understand that I'm not like fluent like someone else, or I don't know, you know.
And Jairo, where you work, have a lot of native person?
You mean in English?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of them. And like there is a lot of them, but I'm talk with different persons around the world. So um, people from China, from there is a
Oh my gosh, the China
yeah,
person
but there is
tried.
other one even worse than that. I forgot the name of the country. Um, I forgot, but it's in somewhere in Asia as well. I just don't remember the name. Um, yeah, so it's difficult not just because you are talking about with native speaker English speakers, but also because there is other persons around the world try to speak in English as well with their own accent. So you need to understand the accents of someone from Texas, which is very strong, and also people around the world, let's say Asia and other countries.
Yes, I listened to one guy, the Chinese guy, and when he tries to speak in English, the things in English, and oh my gosh, it's so difficult to understand.
Yeah, Turkey, I remember. It's not
Oh,
Asia, I think. I don't know where, but well, Turkey. Is someone from Turkey? It's very difficult to understand them because they are talking like this stuff. It's difficult.
and for you, Marcio.
Oh my goodness. To understand the other person really hard to me. But or else, yeah. Could you repeat, for example? Sorry, I don't understand. Yeah, but sometimes I think other person, I don't know English, are really boring because when I talk, please, could you repeat? Please, I don't understand. But to me, it's okay, no problem. No, because I can understand sometimes I can understand, yes, they are a process, but I feel when other person mm, don't pay attention when I talking about sorry, I don't understand, okay? But to me, it's okay. That's it. And because learning other language to me really hard, really difficult. Yeah, but I understand. Yeah, because this I'm here on Imersão, because I think I think no, uh, exactly on Immersion and understanding in the future to understand the future. Yeah, practice and practice every day, and that's it.
Yeah, I have some feelings like you said too, because you, Marcio, you develop your listening, I guess, very well, because I can to see all the process that when you start learning English, and congrats for you. And Jairo, can you read it for us the number 3, please?
Yeah. Have you unintentionally used a wrong word that had a completely different meaning in the language you were learning? I remember it was a long time ago. I was in an interview and I start to use the word pretend, and I remember that the recruiter was like try to give me a sign that I was doing something wrong, but I didn't catch what the recruiter was trying to explain to me, and I start to say the same thing. I pretend to do that, I pretend, and the recruiter was, but I couldn't catch what the recruiter was trying to say to me. And then when the interview was finished, I was trying to understand what happened, and I start to search a little bit. And I wasn't very confident about this word, but I was in the middle of an interview. Like, all right, I will use this word and let's see what will happen. And then when I search it, I understood the silence because it was completely uh, the opposite what I was trying. Not even the opposite. There's no relations with what I would like to say to the recruiter. Yeah, it happens, and at the end of the day, it was good to me because it was a very nice lesson. Um, Sometimes recruiters, they are good. They are trying to give you a signal. You need to be conscious to understand what they are trying to say to you without words. Um, you know, I learned it in a hard way that pretend it doesn't mean the same thing as pretender in Portuguese. So it's totally other other meaning.
It's like a parent, no? Tipo,
Yeah, it's the
parente
same. Yeah,
em português.
exactly.
And for you, Milene?
Yes, I said about the awesome e awful, but for me, I think this happen more when I am reading something, and I think the word means something. It is the opposite. Not the opposite, but different mean. The last week I was reading something, and it was right stairs. uh, I don't know speak this word, but é olhar fixamente. E eu achei que fosse, and I think it, and I thought it was the plural of stars. I know it's nada a ver, but
It's not.
yes, it was similar. And the sentence don't mean anything for me because I was thinking it was the plural of stars. Stars. I don't know, é tipo mais do que estrelas.
Exactly that. Oh my. And for you, Marcio?
Yeah, I have wrong word. I sometimes I forgot the word some or more. For example, in my presentations, example, uh, I'm stopped last year because more situation in my life, example, or more situation in my life. Sometimes not. Every day I wrong this word, some or more, you know. Yeah, but I don't know why. Yeah, this word. Yeah, and that's it. Really, I think the word really hard and some or more. I don't know the word because this example last year I'm stopped because more situation in my life or sometime some situation in my life, you know. I forgot the word every day.
It's happening, unfortunately. And for you, Antonio?
So in my situation, I use to speak the word pretend when I was right. I write, I pretend to do this and this. After my teacher say me, no, no, it's not pretend, intent. But I use pretend many times. And the other word that I confuse when I was talking before and after, I don't know exactly. Like I have the perception that before is uh, in the future and after in the past. I don't know exactly the reason, but
I have the same
confused.
confusing sometimes. And now I have one, I don't know to say in English, dica for you. Before the 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 left to right, the left side, and after the right side. It's like antes, depois. It's happening
Uh,
for me,
I
and I
I
don't know
tried
why.
I tried to think in after and antes. It's the opposite.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's because we have a confuse about these two
For me,
words.
I have for me I usually like think about a music from Slipknot called "Before I Forget."
Uh,
Do you know this music? Before I forget, I
I guess
always
so.
before I forget. All right, before I forget, I cannot forget something that is in the after. So all right, I do these correlation. I don't know, like comparison. Like before I forget is the best. So these were before I forget in my mind reminds me something in the past, and then I remember before is in the past.
Yeah. And in my case, I have a confusion about two terms, and turn over and turn off. In my mind, it's almost the same, and it's not the same. And for example, turn off, it's like virar, and the turn over, it's like for me, I remember the word over, desligar, and is It's the other side, no? I have this confused. But that's okay.
Get up and wake up. To me, really confused to get up
Get up
because get
and
up
wake up.
and wake up. Yeah, because in my presentation too, I get up with my grandmother. I wake up with my grandmother. I forgot the word too every day. you know, really, yeah, complicated.
Yeah. Antonio, you finish your answer?
Yeah, I finished.
Oh, that's okay. So now, Marcio, can you read for us the number 4?
Yeah. How do you feel about make mistake while learning a new language? Do they discourage you or motivate you to keep going? Well, good questions to me, you know, because make mistake today, okay, you know, keep going, yeah, every day, because I have a dream and I have goals, yeah, about the study English in the future, you know, and yes, our day practice every day, and I feel happy. I feel I feel courage, about the new language, and because in my mind, I see the another language really hard, but about the study, about the learn, the practice every day, in the future, for example, give me about my English, about my new language, for example, and I feel happy every day. I feel funny because they make mistake. I make mistake every time, every day, no problem to me. And so, yeah, good questions to me because I'm encouraged every day and just learning English.
Yes, and of course, every day you can learning a new thing in English and learn the things more and more. And for you, Milady,
Now I feel better because I know make mistake it's okay. But when I start studying English during pandemic, it was very hard because I felt very bad when I made a mistake. I feel very comfortable, and I think it's wasn't for me. But you have to understand it's a process. You will make mistakes, and I think as an adult, it's really hard to speak like maybe like a kids. I think it is very hard for me understand that I need to talk like a kid because I am learning the another language. But I think now for me it's better when I made some mistake. When I start here on TNT, I was very nervous. I felt my I very anxious, but now it's okay when I will start some immersion.
you are a teacher, no?
Yes.
And what is your feeling, for example, or I don't know if your the children's that you teach at the school, uh, the kids know, for example, talk things in English?
My students are teenager.
Oh,
Most of them they know speak, but they can read a text and understand. It's really funny, not funny, but it's an interesting thing because they can speak, but they can't read a text and do a exam for. So I think they now the teenagers and children they have more contact with English, like because the internet, uh, but they can't do exam in English, but they can speak.
that's interesting because I guess with me have the same thing. Because I can, for example, talk. It's not the best in English, but I can talk. But when I try read and write the things in English, oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I
For
really need to
me,
read more and write
uh,
more.
for me, no. For me, my speaking is my worst skill. Uh, not the others, I am good, but I am better than speaking. And with my students, they can speak very well.
That's so nice. And you can practice and improve your English with your students too. That's so
No,
nice. No,
I can't speak with him.
really?
Yes,
Why?
I feel very shy, very embarrassing. It's very uncomfortable to me talk with them in English. I can't.
Ah, try to do that.
So someday.
Don't give up. And for you, Jairo, I guess all the time when I talk your name, I will talk Jairo all
Hiro.
the
No worries. No worries. You can call me Hiro. Um, yeah, but let's see. We are now in the question number 4, right?
Yeah.
A new language, dude. Courage, you're motivated to keep going. Like for me, I remember when I joined Talk and Talk, and it was very interesting as well because first I was with the same feeling as Milen said that I was anxious. I don't know what to expect. Like what will happen in this immersion in this meeting, so people will understand me or um they can talk or not. Like I didn't know what you expect. It was a free version of the thing here that happened in Talk and Talk, but at the same time I had that feeling that, all right, that's the opportunity to make a lot of mistakes, because once they there is no one that knows me. Like all I need to do is just press a button, leave the meeting, and that's it. I I can do whatever I want. Something, if I feel discomfortable, I will just leave the meeting, and that's it. So it gave me a lot of power. Like I feel empowered to say I have this button that I will just how to say, I don't know how, but the word, but the idea is disappear from the space. Like that bomb of the magic, they explode and you disappear. Sometimes when you make a very huge mistake in English, or you are learning something, you feel that, oh, I would like to just go out of this place. you can do it just pressing a button in online, let's say. So it made me feel comfortable in my first immersion. But then I realized that there's no other way to learn without make mistakes. Mistakes is like the process of learning something is making mistakes. Some people do more mistakes than other, but everyone will commit a few mistakes, and that's okay. That's how we learn. So nowadays, I understand that there is only one way to learn something, which is making mistakes. There's no other way to learn something. And I feel comfortable. So not just for the English or any other kind of language, Spanish or I don't know, math, but everything that I'm trying to learn, I'm comfortable to make mistakes because I know that's part. Unfortunately, it's part of our process. I don't like to make mistakes, but it is what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it's like a process, no? And for you, Antonio.
Like my friend said, make mistakes part of the process, but it is difficult to understand this when we start to learn a language. And I remember that I felt very uncomfortable and nervous to make mistakes. Mainly when I have a conversation, but I've tried to think, oh, if I make mistake in Portuguese, why I won't make mistake in English or Spanish or other language. So I'm trying to to give up to be perfect because I won't be uh never perfect in other language because it's not my native language. So uh it is difficult to understand this mainly because when we start, eh, I felt very limited to make answer, for example, because in the talk and talk, I want to talk, I answer, but I don't have vocabulary or I don't know exactly how pure the structure, and I feel, oh, I would like to talk this, but I can't to do, and this feeling is very difficult to I forget lidar lead yeah. But now I am very okay if I make mistake, and I know that I make mistake because I don't like to study grammar. I need, but I don't. But that's it. The process.
Yes, it's a hard process. And sometimes in my case, my mind it's so fast that my words that I can speak, and I just eat the words sometimes. Oh my. In Portuguese, it's I guess the almost difficult language that you can learn because here I hear the last week we have 27 different language here on Brazil because uh, the oh, I forgot I don't know this name in English. Tipo, os povos indígenas have a lot of languages there. And quando a gente vai somar todas as línguas do Brasil, eu li uma matéria que tem 27, gente. 27 línguas diferentes no Brasil. It's hard. And now I guess we have time for answer that one more question. So I choose the number 8. So Milene, can you read it for us, please?
Yes. What advice would you give to someone who is worried about making mistakes while learning a new language? Um, don't give up. You have to try because when you are learning another language, the mistakes are important because when you make mistakes, you can improve. I think it's impossible you be always right when you learn another language or another anything you learn.
Yes. And with me, when I learned the new language, the new words, I just can learn when I write this word. And I don't know why, but my process is a hard process, I guess. And that's okay. And for you, Jairo.
Advice. I would say that do not be afraid to make mistakes. In agile methodology, we usually say that if we gonna make mistakes, let's do it fast because we're gonna have time to learn what we did wrong and also um, cover the mistake with something right. Like so. If it's part of learning mistakes, so do it fast. Make mistakes as fast as you can. So it means that you are learning fast because you are making mistakes fast.
Yeah, exactly that. And for you, Marcio.
Advice about make mistake. Don't worry about make mistake. And going and practicing every day. You're listening first, and because I practice my list every day. And don't worry about make mistake and go and go.
Exactly that I think. And for you, Antonio.
Yeah, it's impossible to learn new things without practice. So just go and that's it. Don't have a magic when you wake up and I today I can speak perfect. No, it's a process and just make mistake. It's not a big problem. It's
Yes, I think exactly that. But when I commit a mistake that I change the word cartoon, when I speak a native person and she this specific person was mother that one a grouping the Canadian, I don't know if it is correct, persons. And oh my gosh, the girls at the caixa, o caixa, né, da sorveteria, know me, and for example, she talk, Tamara, please help me. And for example, when I tried talk with this specific person, the Canadian, oh my gosh, it's so good. You can talk in English, you can help me, and oh my gosh, I guess she will never know that I commit a mistake. And nowadays, I went there, and the specific girl, remember when I helped us? Oh my, it's a terrible. I
yeah.
never forgot the what a miss cartoon. Go ahead, Antonio.
Normally the people are so kind when you say that you are learning the language. I remember just one person that was so rude with me, and I was told, "Oh, I'm learning," and the person said, "Yeah, you need to improve a lot." I'm, oh, okay. But just in this situation, one exception, but normally the person are so kind with you,
Yeah.
so passionate, yeah.
And guys, I will stop the live on YouTube just a second. So bye bye.